Brett Bruin is a former US diplomat. He's now president of Global Situation Room, a political communications consultancy. He joins us now from Washington. Thank you for your time, Brett. How do you think this rise of coronavirus cases in the US is impacting Donald Trump's popularity now and Biden's ability to make inroads?
Well, there have been a number of polls released in just the last week, which indicate Donald Trump is down anywhere from 10 to 14 points behind Joe Biden. And that is a significant shift from what we saw only a few months ago. So I think as the numbers of cases and deaths go up, unfortunately, we're seeing a political impact on the president's standing. I think it becomes more and more difficult for him to make the case to the American people. He's got this under control and he deserves another 4 years.
If we get a little bit more specific, are there any indications about states that have shown strong support for Trump that are now turning to become swing states?
Yeah, interestingly, two of the states that you mentioned, Texas, Arizona, have actually traditionally been Republican strongholds. And yet, despite that deep red support in past elections, Donald Trump seems to be having trouble holding on to his lead. And also, and this is very important for the international audience, Republican senators in those states as well, Martha McSally in Arizona, John Cornyn in Texas, are both in difficult re-election bids.
Whatever you make of Donald Trump's response to the coronavirus pandemic, it has given him a lot of airtime. His briefings for a while there were viewing all over the world whenever they happened. Do you think Joe Biden's message or his campaigning has gotten lost here?
You know, it's interesting. There is a moment in politics where it sometimes is preferable to let the other candidate, or in this case, let the president, fall on the disaster. And I think that's unfortunately what's happened in the case of President Trump. You know, he did those daily briefings for a while, dominated them, and I think his advisors were telling him, Mr. President, this is not helping us. It's not helping us, obviously, with the health issue, but it's not helping your polling numbers either.
Donald Trump has blamed the World Health Organization, he's blamed China, he's blamed the Democrats. Do you think those explanations will hold sway specifically for his supporters who have in the past seemed to support him no matter what?
Well, that's the thing, is you've seen a lot of blame shifting here, and, you know, Donald Trump is glad to take credit for any indication of success and has no responsibility for things going badly. I think that only works so long, and one of the interesting features of the COVID-19 crisis is that it has been a constant crisis over several months, and so it's more difficult for Trump to keep on blaming others at the end of the day, especially when we see other countries around the world reopening with low numbers, and the U.S. is still quite high.
Thank you for that. Really good to get your analysis. Brett Bruin there, president of Global Situation Room.